Okay, I'm making some leaves today to go in my little autumn journal that I'm doing. And because I've got the new Tim Holtz die, well, I had it ages actually, but I haven't used it. What new ones did I get autumn this year? I've actually had these last year. I'll show you those first. That's the two I bought last year. Okay, I'm not sure whether I'm using them or not. I don't know. And then this one is this year. That one. That's there. It's that one. Let's put that away. So I want to dice cut some leaves out of that. And I also got the embossing thing. Yeah, that's right. Might be a bit dirty. I've run it through on something. Because a lot of these, I mean, it's like that one there really doesn't need a lot doing to it. These are all scrappy gel prints, you know, that I've done, I'm not really keen on. So I actually like that one, but that's just a bit of coffee stained file folder with a bit of spritz on already. And there's a scrappy one there, look. And just thought we would, that's a scrapbook piece of paper, but it's sort of autumny. Just play around with these and then I can cut a load of leaves out because I literally have about 3 left. So I mean, you can cut butterflies out as well. It doesn't have to be leaves, but this is where you can just go mad. Don't do these with your spanking new ink pads. I have old ones. I don't use this very often, so and it's still really wet. So you've got to be careful colour mix, especially with all these sort of colours. But okay, like that. Totally transform this one, that's for sure. Just gonna do light touch start with. Okay, lovely. I love all that. Okay. So get a bit in the middle there. Okay. Yeah, like that. Okay, I might add a bit of gold to that. Oh, yes. Right, okay. Not sure if it'll pick up any yet. Okay. Okay, there's loads. I've done loads. I've cut them all out. Okay, from the dies I showed you, the new die I've used, which was, you know, that one there. And it 665559. Yep, love it. Love that one. So I've got a bit of gold spritz and spray here. I'm going to add a bit more gold to these. This was just, I just experimented with this. It's one of my gel printed papers that I've scanned in and printed out. So that beautiful colour there as well. So I'm going to sort of do that. Okay, and then dry it off. Okay, they're done. And they look great, even the ones, you know, from the printable there. So what I do now is I sort of scrunch them up a bit and then ink them and makes them look a bit more realistic then. Okay. But these, I only use lightweight paper for most of these. There's a couple that are thicker paper. That one is, it's about 180, because I think they're just easier to sort of scrunch up and look more realistic if they're thinner. So I'm gonna sort of scrunch them up, unscrunch, yeah, and then ink up. A bit of scrap bacon paper. I'm not worried about the backs because sometimes, you know, you don't even see that. So if you did see it, then I would just ink it up. Just feel a bit, get some texture into that bit there. Okay, so they're all done. Okay. Yes, so I scrunch them up and then I will go round and ink them as well. Just a bit. Just random. I actually want to emboss a couple of these, so I might do that. I want to emboss that one. I know that's because it's a printable. These I know will emboss fine. Is that a printable? No, that's one I've actually... Yeah, it is. I'm picking the ones I printed. How funny. Oh, look at that one. I reckon that will look fabulous. Embossed. Let's just pick a few. Couple. Right. Yeah, they're all quite inked up there, so... Right, let's pick 3 out. But I don't want them to lose their shape, you see, so I want it sort of embossed like that just to make them shiny. I mean, it might not work, I don't know, because I've never done sort of, I've done leaves before, but not with all this amount of holes in. So let's try that one first. What should we put on the top? I want the see-through one. Oh, I might put this yellow. It says fossilized amber, and that yeah, fossilized amber. Okay, and I will. It's only one coat as well. I'm going to do so. Here we go. Don't they look cool? Okay, so that now you know they're gonna keep their shape. Yeah. Right. Do another one. Here we go. Just got to find something to do with them all now. I did go a bit mad. Oh, this is fun. Just sat here die cutting. Right. Right, I'll go ahead and do a few more. So I got about 6, I think. Oh, I'll do one more and then that's great. Right, there we go. Good. Right, so they're done that way. Right, and what I would do now is I'll show you what I would do to alter the colour a little bit. Just mop that up a bit. I can do it with ink pads. The ink pads are here. So if you want to add a little bit of colour to them, we can do it with the ink pads. It's no problem at all. Okay, let's get a sort of boring colour one. Here we go. That one's a little bit flat. Okay. And maybe that one. Right, so I think, oh, I want to add a bit of red. Okay, because there's quite a lot of reds about. I do like this fired brick, actually, for this. Okay. We could just go over that because we scrumpled it up as well. So that's going to look quite natural. Okay, just around the edges a bit. Actually, adding the spritz, it brings them to life a bit, actually, without having to emboss. That one, I would say, because that's got no gold on or anything, that I would emboss that one. So there's a little bit of green as well, just to, so you can just blend that out a bit. And that does want a little bit of gold. This one's looking good. Okay. Right, and I'm going to put fossilized amber on this. Put fossilized amber on that one because it's very flat, this one. There's no gold on that whatsoever, so... Oh, sorry folks. Oh, it's stuck actually, funnily enough. It won't stick enough though. These actually look really good as they are, so I wouldn't touch them because they've got a bit of gold on. So I'll just show you what I mean. Oh. There we go. Okay, brilliant. So I'll go ahead and finish them off and then come back to you with if I got enough battery left, with all of them sort of done and ready really. Okay, not all of them because I've got hundreds here, but so I did go a bit mad, but I want a few different shapes and everything, so I'll do those and I'll come back to you in a bit. Okay, there we go, all done. I went over with a little bit of green in places, Rustic Wilderness, Fire Brick. I don't know whether you saw me do that, I can't remember now, but I just went over, and I also went over with the ground espresso, okay, in some areas, just to, you know, add a different colour to some. Yeah, and then I splattered some alcohol ink over it, just, you know, as you do with the brush. Done that. What else did I do? That was all really. That was, so, oh yeah, sorry, and I finished off with Distress micro glaze. All right, because that's brilliant for like the distress inks and everything. So that's sealed those all in now, and they actually feel like leather. So, and they're nice and thin. Yeah, if need be, I could, you know, just whack something over the back there, but I don't worry about the backs until, you know, like they could be visible. So that was those. Then I'd done a couple, or I splashed a few of those with some alcohol ink, and I also done a couple with just Vintage Bees Surfactor, the Vintage Beeswax embossing glaze that I use as well. So I think that was one. I can't really tell them apart really, but they are all fabulous and I love them. So I think it'll take me a couple of years to use all these. I got more. Oh my god. So anyway, yeah, so, you know, these are sort of like on the duller side because these are, you know, been embossed, but they're still great. Yeah, love them. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to use a few in my next journal, and I will be using a few of these when I do the, and I'll be using a few of these when I do the bug kit that I've done. So yes, so that will be fun, because I thought some of the insects on these are gonna, you know, it's gonna go with the kits and everything. So right, off I go then, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.